If you guys can hear me, please do let me know. All right. Guys, if you can hear me, please do let me know. I'm just doing a quick testing there. I've not got my lighting on. Just going to wait for a few more people to come on in. Oh, thank you so much, Anna's expression, because I did a live stream last week. I was on live for 45 minutes, and when I went back to go edit it, I realized that I was mute the entire time. I was so pissed. Thanks for coming. Please like and share as you come in. Like and share as you come in. So I think I'm just going to get started. That's me waited 2 minutes already. So I actually just did a video concerning this couple because the hospital in question has already replied. They did a they replied actually, yes. They replied to say that the allegation as raised by the husband of this woman. Hello, Mr. Akwata Olusegun, welcome. So I don't know if that's a Mr. or not. I'm sorry if I misgender you, but if you're a Mr., no worries. So the hospital in question, as I think it's An Salam Concert something hospital, they've released a press statement to say that they did not ask this woman or her husband to go bring 500,000 naira before they could do anything for the wife. So with that being said, this afternoon, I think the video I said I made, I was just going to publish that video tomorrow, but I'm still going to publish it besides, apart from this live stream, I'm still going to publish it. So I did mention that it would be lovely if the husband could come out here and let us know if his wife actually attended any antenatal clinic at all. Because obviously he came out there with a video, people were, talking, and I had an opinion, and I blamed all three parties involved. I blamed the couple, I blamed the hospital, and I blamed the Nigerian government as well. Nobody is spared. But from looking at, obviously, Lucky Hoodoo interviewed him, and that's the interview. That's the main reason why I've come. So I've kind of like edited most of that Lucky Hoodoo's video. So permission Lucky Hoodoo to use a few for fair use policy of your video. And guys, when I'm playing that video, I'm going to be interjecting once in a while, just so that I am not using Lucky Hoodoo's video in all of its entirety. Okay, so let's start with the press release that the hospital released first. Okay, so let me bring that. So this is a write-up from the hospital. So Ansalam Convalescent Center denies demanding 500,000 naira deposit. So they said in an interview with the Punch newspapers, the founder of the Ansalam Convalescent Center, located, please like this live stream, guys, located in Iwere Kun 1, Ibejuleki, denied that the hospital asked for Lajimi. So the husband's name is Folajimi, denied asking for Lajimi to pay 500,000 naira before they could attend to his wife. So according to the hospital's founder, Rauf Salami, Kemi was brought to the hospital in critical condition, noting that there was not much blood in her system when she and her husband arrived at the clinic. Rauf Salami said, in quotes, on the day in question, a pregnant woman was brought to our center. My colleague on duty reported that she had convulsed twice at home before arrival. Upon examination, it was clear that she required immediate blood transfusion and surgical attention. And he insisted that the hospital did not demand any money from the woman's husband and that they spent only about 4 minutes in the hospital. He said, in quote, given the complexity of the case, we advised the husband to take her to Ekpe General Hospital, which is better equipped to handle such emergencies. We did not at any time demand any payment as we prioritized the patient's urgent need for specialized care. We referred her to a more suitable facility immediately after she was brought in, without even transferring her from the wheelchair used to bring her in. Regrettably, the following Monday, I saw a misleading post by the woman's husband on TikTok claiming that our facility had rejected his wife. According to him, Kemi was not registered at the hospital for antenatal care, noting that they did not know her until the day she was brought to the hospital. He explained, in quote, the woman was not registered in the hospital. We didn't know her. When they brought her in, we discovered it was something we could not handle. If we had given her just one drip that day, she could have died because there was no blood left in her body. And to get blood in this medical profession is not something you can just go to the counter and demand. So we advised him to take her to a facility where she could be properly cared for. They didn't spend more than 3 to 4 minutes before they left. So this was a write-up from the hospital that I saw, and obviously the video that I'm going to be sharing later, or maybe I'm going to publish it tomorrow. You guys will watch that. I'm going to pretty much say the same thing here. So obviously, what I was expecting, or what I expected to be said by the hospitals come out here. So I'm still blaming, and I'm still going to hold the hospital responsible as well. I'm still going to blame them. Because how can hello, happy, welcome? How can somebody be brought in? You assess that person, and it's a matter of life and death. It's a different case if you commence treatment and she dies in the process. But at least her husband brought her in. You've done all you could for her. As compared to you sent her away, and along the way, before she got to where she was going, she died. So they were expecting a baby boy, as if I knew that you guys are going to hear his interview, okay? And I want to let you guys know, like Nigerian women, if you have 20 girls and your husband is still trying to impregnate you to have a boy, or more, you go die in the process. You will die in the process, because I don't know which one is not a child. A female is a child, a male is a child, and just because you born male child, no talk say that male child will be president tomorrow. You know me say that male child will be Dangote tomorrow. So if you are in the process, if you are in the type of a married whereby the husband is like, oh, I want a male child, I want a male child, and because of that, you are giving birth to babies every AK market day, your life is at risk, okay? So I still blamed Vivian V. Welcome. I still blame the hospital, because as according to your profession, you are to save lives, not to send people away. And I don't understand the type of hospital that you call yourself, that you are not able to commence treatment when you've already assessed her, and you've already seen that she's requiring blood. So yes, you asked the husband to go and bring some money, allegedly, because you've claimed now that you've not asked her to bring that kind of money. You already knew what she needed. What kind of hospital is that you're not able to commence a treatment of transfusion? Or at least continue with a basic, maybe carry out ultrasound to make sure that the baby is the baby is breathing fine. Even at the end of the day, if it means that it's an emergency cesarean that you have to do, you could have done something rather than sending her away. Anyway, so this is a doctor here who obviously, this doctor's comment here has sparked a lot of debates, and I don't think I'm ready for, because there's a lot, and I don't think I'm ready for that debate. But if any of you want to take it on, you can have the floor later on. But for me, I'm not a part of this argument. This doctor said a pregnant woman dying because her husband couldn't afford 500,000 naira should put some context to the conversations we have here. One such context is that women are right to size up the pocket of a man before deciding to settle down with him. Life is literally at stake. And I agree with him. Irene Temi, welcome, my sister. Welcome. I'm not sure if you're a sister. I agree with this doctor. Nowadays, when men are asking you, what are you bringing to the table? And I've always said this, you are bringing your life, you are bringing your womb, because at the end of the day, you're getting married. You're just not getting married for the purpose of getting married. You're getting married because you're going to procreate, if that's the word. We've seen needless deaths that's happened based on maybe lack of emergency care, lack of care for pregnant women. But what this guy is actually saying is that women, if the kind of man you are dating is not the one that will be able to drop 500,000 naira instantly in a case of emergency that involves your life, then you should rethink marrying that man. And yes, a lot of people have actually come for this doctor, and I agree with him. If I ever come into this world again, oh my, I will be going for an odogu. I will be going for an odogu, regardless of wherever I find myself in this world. I will be going for a correct odogu. Odogu that if he's not dropped 1 million, whatever currency it is on the table, I am not moving an inch. I'm sorry, because that's that woman's life gone. So, like I said, people came for this doctor, and that's pretty much that. Vivian said, "Good evening, baby girl. I've been really sad about this stuff. No mother should die carrying a baby, is what I know about the medical code of conduct. Please correct." You're absolutely right. And I'm sure somebody asked me when I was covering the story of that nurse who refused to acknowledge a transgender patient, saying that no, I can't call you a he, a her, when you are a he. And somebody asked me that, what if that person is is about to die and they need emergency care? I said, come, regardless of their gender, regardless of whatever they call themselves, you still have to treat that person. Even if you have proof, evidence like this, that this person just by somebody, you have no reason to deny that person medical intervention. You would have to treat them, because you are not there to judge. You are not there to discriminate. Your own is to save that life. It is not your right, your duty whatsoever to deny anybody any kind of care, regardless of whatever that person has done. So I answered that question then, and that lady was like, oh, if she was the one that she doesn't think she can be a nurse, well, it's good that that person at least knows the kind of person, because if you have kind of like, if you are the kind of judgmental person, you can't be a nurse, you can't work in the medical field, I'm afraid. Even if you are at a crime scene like this, you see somebody will by somebody, and that person will by somebody is also at the hem of dying, you would have to save that life if it's within your capacity. So that's just a picture of both of them. That's her in the car there. So let's go on to that interview that what's this say? Look, you do. He interviewed the man in question.
Because I couldn't raise a deposit of 500,000 at the hospital that we went to. And
so
this
that's
is my
him
story.
You do
My wife, we've been together for
Please
10
like
years
this live stream, guys.
We had 2 girls.
Oh, it was you, Vivian.
And the first one is 8 years. The second one is 6 years.
So with that being said, somebody also dropped a comment in one of the videos telling me that he was the one who drove them. I'm trying to find, I don't know if I'll be able to find that comment. I tried to screenshot it. Let me see if I can screenshot it and find it, and I'll read it. That person said he was the one who actually drove them to the hospital. When they were in the process of trying to figure out where they are going to go. Let me see if I can find it. You guys should keep listening, and I'll find that comment and I'll read it
After
out.
the second one, we decided not to have another kid because of the economic situation.
So they already agreed that they were not going to have any more babies. So in current world, women be listening, you and your husband, you already made up your mind that you're not going to have any more babies. What is the next step for you to take as a woman? Contraceptives. Because you are still going to be KDYing. And men of nowadays will tell you that, oh, it's not sweet if I wear rubber. Men will tell you, if I don't wear rubber, it's not sweet. And why should I be wearing rubber with my wife? I've been there before. And I end up having 5 babies. It was not my plan to give birth to 5 children. I'm sorry. But I end up with 5 children. So you heard him there said, we've both decided that we're not going to have any more babies, which is fine. Current economy in Nigeria now, if you are just having more babies, you're just giving back to them inside poverty. So they already agreed. Why then did they not? So guys, I'm not shaming them in any way. May God rest the soul of Kemi. I'm not shaming them in any way. But this also could have been prevented. Why then did Kemi not go do a contraceptive, like go put a coil or something, go do family planning? Men too, they do family planning. You can go and do vasectomy. It does not always have to be the women that will go and tie their womb. Men can also, say, okay, no, my babe, don't tie your womb. Let me go and do vasectomy. At least so that both of you can clear and enjoy each other well. But they did not do that. They carried on till Mbele enter.
Of the society. So we've been like that for like 6 years with no other kid. We're just going along.
This man pull-out game must be good. 6 years, and they do it without protection. Wow. Hey.
With the 2 girls, and suddenly one day she told me, some couple of months ago, she said she has taken in and she has pregnancy. We're like we're contemplating on what to do exactly, and at this point I said, you know what, just
guy, you were surprised that she got pregnant. Were you protecting yourself? Was she protecting herself? Hello, beauty. Where is he going to get the money from to do vasectomy? He barely had. At least vasectomy, it's so expensive. Vasectomy is not expensive. I'm sorry, it's not. At least vasectomy, if he'd done that, his wife would be alive today. Because they could kill her easily and enjoy themselves, have fun. You've had babies. The next thing is to both of you enjoy the time together and raise your child with whatever your kids with whatever you both have. So he was surprised that his wife got pregnant. How did both of you protect yourselves? How? And I've shared my story of how I believe I had my last one like this 12 weeks after. Straight, I went to go put something in. I was not waiting for anybody to tell me when to go. I took myself to go and do it. Hello, Mary Sugar. Welcome.
Just
Long
go
time
and
no
do
see, Mary.
check-ins, do medical checkup, do scan, do all these things. Let's know what
I'm going to rewind there so we can listen to that part very well.
told me some couple of months ago. She said she has taken in and she has pregnancy. We're like we're contemplating on what to do exactly. And at this point, I said, you know what, just go and do check-ins, do medical checkup, do scan, do all these things. Let's know what is going on. So
So
as soon as she did all
he knows to direct her to go do medical checkup, like scans, all of that, to ensure that it is not ectopic pregnancy, to ensure that just like here in the UK, once you get pregnant, immediately you go to your GP will run blood tests, they'll do all sorts of blood tests, even if it's your number 7 children. The same test that they carried out on you when you had your first baby is the same test they will carry out on you. And then whatever the result comes out with, they will start you on maybe multivitamins, or maybe they will start you on folic acid. They will start you on some medications to ensure that the baby is growing fine. So they know well to go do that in an hospital.
those things, she came back with the result and she told me it was a boy. And that was the reason why we left this pregnancy.
See, I did not even know this when I did my first video, that I know they were having multiple babies in this Nigerian economy. So they were looking for a baby boy. So it was because it was a baby boy, they decided to keep the pregnancy. Obviously, pregnancy don't enter already. You can't take it away. And I know how that feels. When I said I was no more having any more babies and I found out I was pregnant, I cried my eyes out, but instantly the love for that pregnancy, was already there. Knowing that I was pregnant alone, I was like, no, I'm going to keep this baby. So I guess that was the situation they found themselves as well.
We just assumed that, okay, since we have 2 girls before, one boy with the 2 girls will not be a bad one. No be say we no fit feed them, although we no get.
Vivian, I saw a video on Instagram where a guy in the US said he just went to go do a vasectomy, and I dropped a comment there that Nigerian men left the chat. No Nigerian man will do vasectomy. I know.
Money so much, but with the hustle. My wife na very hardworking woman. Myself, I know they sit down one place. I do a lot of things to take care of my family. So we were like, oh, one boy with the 2 girls is perfect. That was the reason why we left that pregnancy. And we prepared everything that is needed for her to have a good delivery. We have bought all the necessary things. Me, I'm not a medical person, but she will go to clinic and medical places to go and do checkup.
So she goes to clinics. How many clinics? I don't know. I was watching I read a couple of comments. Some people were like, oh, they register to multiple clinics. You don't need to register in multiple clinics. You just need to make sure that whatever clinic you're using, it's not far from where you live, so that if you were to go into labor at night or at middle of the night, you'll be able to transport yourself there, especially if you don't have a car. So how many clinics? So he did say here that she attended the clinic maybe at the point of the early pregnancy, or at some point in her pregnancy, she attended clinic to do all the checkups, according to him.
Get medicine, to even do scan. But she told me that there's a midwife woman close to our house in case if she's laboring at night. Since we
So those midwife, it is not the real midwife. They are like all these agbebi, all these women that had experience in helping women give birth. I don't think she's medically trained to be called midwife, allegedly. It's just all these women that, Yalagbaja, when I had my baby, they helped me, they did that. That's who he's referring to there. That's whom he referred to there. It's not as if maybe this person like a qualified. I don't know, but in my own opinion, when I was listening to him, I felt it was that person, because this person no get office, no be chemist. So she was taking trade. She took treatment in the clinic, but then she would rather go to the woman very close to their house who could help her with her baby. That was the plan for them. So you left a whole clinic that your wife has been going to since the beginning of her pregnancy to go use an abele woman to take charge of your wife's pregnancy or your wife's labor. That's the mistake he made there. That's the first mistake they made there.
Don't have a car, and where we are living is far in. So I agree with her that, okay, let's use the
welcome
midwife.
light.
My other daughter was from the midwife too and was successful. So we had the midwife as a standby, and she's going out for medical checkup. She do all the necessary things, scan and everything. And then on Thursday, 20th of February.
So according to him, his wife was going to clinic for medical checkups. She did scan. I want to believe that with all the scan, the pregnancy was advancing well. According to him, that the pregnancy was advancing well. But the report that the hospital released, I found the extensive one from Punch, which I'm going to read to you guys later. But let's keep listening to this interview.
She told me that she was going to put to bed the next day. I was even joking with her that, how do you know? She said, Mika, no worry, So I was expecting that. We are all expecting a baby boy, including my girls. So on this fateful day, I woke up around like 9 o'clock because I came in late last night.
Please like
I
live
woke up
stream,
around
guys.
9 o'clock. She was not around. I noticed she has taken care of everything. She even washed clothes, she fetched water, she cleaned up everywhere. The only thing she didn't do was cooking, because my wife was healthy till that very day. She was healthy, she was doing everything normally, she was eating well, she was playing, she wasn't having any downline health challenge. So I asked my two girls, where's your mommy? They said she has gone to so place. I already understand that. Oh, she told me yesterday that she was going to put to bed today, and immediately I went to see her.
Welcome,
so on
Mary,
getting
long
there, I
time.
noticed she was laboring, and it was our usual thing, because the first daughter and the second daughter, I'm always present whenever she wants to put to bed. So
That's good.
I noticed that, okay, this is the normal thing now. So I was there with her. On getting to that place, I realized that they brought her down from the car and they checked her, and then this particular one was taking longer than usual.
So by this time around, she was already in labor. Her water is already broken, but baby was not coming forth.
At about going to an hour after
That
the
was what
water
he said.
don't burst, normally the baby supposed
Please like live stream,
follow.
guys.
The baby no follow. So more than an hour she was laboring. And
so that's normally, if your water break, your baby, it does not necessarily mean that your baby is going to come out straight away. There are some people, the water will be dripping small, and then they might just be like 2 meters dilated. Some people, the water will have burst and they will just be 4 meters dilated. For me, most of the time, once my waters don't break before I just start, I know I go into labor, and it is while I'm in the labor ward that my waters break, and then my labor will just progress that way. At least my longest labor was my second oldest daughter. I was in labor for almost 5 hours, and it was painful, really, really painful. So I know that. So in most cases, when a woman's water breaks, it does not mean that the baby is going to follow instantly. No, it might be another hour or an hour and a half. Slowly. It depends on how dilated the woman was. And if it was in an hospital, if it was taking so long and the woman was in a lot of pain, they would have done a quick epidural or something, or do a quick spinal and then do an emergency CS. Especially if the woman is becoming very weak. If the woman is becoming weak, if it was in an hospital, they will have done a scan to figure out what's wrong with the baby, and they will have decided there and there, oh, now CS we are doing straight away. Your wife is getting weak, they will go for that straight away. But you went to Abele, to a midwife who does not even, maybe, this thing that they normally put to hear the baby, pokom, pokom, that thing that they put to the ear, I don't even know what it is. That like a handmade stethoscope. We don't even know if that allegedly that woman Abele asked that or not, to even hear the heartbeat of the baby. We don't know. So you left, she was attending clinic the entire time, and when it was time for her to give birth, you decided to take her to Abele. What happens to looking for a taxi man? A taxi man in your a taxi man in your local area, collect the number, say, Oga, in case my wife won't give birth to at any time, I go call you. If it be night or if it be midnight, I go call you. You did not do that. You took her. In my own opinion, I think this man risked his wife's life. In my own opinion. Because why agree with her to go to a woman who has no knowledge of how her pregnancy is advancing? Who has no knowledge? Okay, maybe the wife has updated that, oh, I've done scan, oh, this is what the scan says, oh, I've done this. So it takes much more than scan when you are monitoring a pregnancy. They are not just only monitoring the baby alone, they're also monitoring you, the mother. Do you have enough blood? Are your vitamins, are you on your supplements? Are you taking folic acid? Are you eating well? Have you got any infection? Is there anything that might tamper with the birth of the baby when it's time to when it's time for the baby to come? It is much more than the ultrasound. It's much more than just. I remember towards the end of my pregnancy, when I was pregnant, I often had blood tests done maybe like 4 or 5 weeks prior to me going into labor.
I noticed she was weak, and immediately the doctor told me to go and deposit 500,000 naira cash.
I'm trying to talk in
I
between
said,
so that
I don't have up to that amount right here, but before the end of today, I can rally around and make some calls, call my family, call our own family too.
Please
Even
like
I
the live
can
stream,
even
guys. I
send my
really appreciate
animals
it.
to put up that money. I said, no problem, I'll raise the fund. He said, no, they can't do that. They don't do that here. I begged this man, I begged the doctor. I was crying, begging bitterly. But after some time, notice that they don't seem like somebody who will consider me at the long run. My wife is getting weaker each and every minute. So I quickly make up my mind and say, okay. I asked the doctor that where else should we go? And he said we should go to Ekpe. As soon as my wife heard going to Ekpe, my wife signaled to me. When I moved close to her, she said she's very weak.
Shame.
And
Absolute
Ekpe
shame.
is too far from her. At that point, she was very, very weak.
Oh my
but
God.
There's nothing I could do. I can't hold the doctor hand to walk now. So we move her into the car again. We're heading to Ekpe. So before we didn't get to the middle of Ekpe, it was around Eleko. I noticed the way she was doing. I was really scared. And I had to shout on top of my voice to call the police on the road safety to come to my rescue because there was a little bit of traffic. So they helped us to clear the traffic. They even carry one of their bike they took us to the nearby hospital.
You can imagine the amount of pain that woman will be in. Her water already broke. And in most cases, some nurses, if you're a mom in a maternity unit, they will be giving you maybe gas and hair. Me, if I knew there was something they call CNS, I would have had all my babies through CS. They only gave me gas and hair, and the gas and hair did nothing for me. The thing comes sweet like sugar for mouth. I said this thing is not helping with my pain. I had all of my babies without any pain medication. Maybe that's why I've got this back pain. I had all of my babies without any pain medication because I did not know there's anything called cesarean section. Me, I just get pregnant. There was nothing like maybe you're planning your back, maybe you want to have CS. I was just like, oh, I've always known vaginal birth, but that's all I know. If I knew that you can opt for CS, I would have done so. But it's so sad that, you can imagine that lady. Her water already broke. The water is already broken. She will be in absolute pain. I can guarantee that, guys, if you've not had babies here, if you've not had children, you will not know the pain I'm talking about. Childbirth labor pain is no freaking joke. I'm telling you, it's no freaking joke.
Around Eleko, because they felt we can't be going to Ekpe. Ekpe is too far from Eleko, talk less of where we're coming from. So before we get to that place, my wife she started closing her mouth together. She started behaving funny, and
oh my God.
I didn't know what to do. That was why I started doing video. That
I cried the first time I saw this. I was actually on a train home. I cried, like I shed a tear. I just couldn't get the woman out of my mind. I shed a tear. Me that have 5 children, don't be like me. Don't go and have 5 children. If you guys know the kind of chronic pain I have in my back, it's even much better now. Maybe since I've started losing weight, the pain is much better. Before, the pain in my back.
People should help me with prayers and all of that. At this point, my doing video was about testimony because I strongly believe that she will overcome that.
And people have bashed him that your wife is in that much pain in a very vulnerable period. Why film? You are not a first-time father. You are not a second-time father. You are about to become a third-time father. Why are you bringing out your phone? People dragged him saying that he wanted the video to go viral, that when he posted that video, that he was already posting account details, that people were already dragging him, that at that moment, that was not the time for you to bring out a phone. Like obviously he's a content, people like, oh, he's a content creator. He wants his video to go viral so that when the video goes viral, people can start donating money for him. On X, people are not taking it easy with this man at all. They were dragging him on X. I was on it and I had to just take no, I'm not gonna let these people's opinion becloud my own reasoning. Okay, I already my blame, like I said, the 3 people I mentioned, I still put my blames on them. But in my own opinion as well, why the mobile phone? You are not a first time. If you were a first time father, it's a different case. You are not a second time father. You're going to be your third child, and that is where your wife is in a very, very vulnerable position, in a situation whereby you just need to try and get that medical help, but you had phone, you were still filming. According to him, I said it should be like a testimony. I love his faith, but testimony without works, or faith without works. Like, money is a source of a gospel, or how do they call it?
I just felt maybe because we had a long break and because this one is a boy, that's why all these things like this. I still believe that we were going to skip through and those videos will serve as a testimony for her. Unfortunately, before we get to the hospital that the police were taking us to, they confirmed her dead. But I didn't agree with them. I couldn't believe that my wife was died just like that. So I was just crying, holding her, trying to open her eyes, trying to see if she can just wake up. And then,
what update to Abby? He said, loving husband where? I wonder if Thatmumof5 has the update. What update is that, Abby? I know that they have been dragging him. They said that he wanted people to start donating money for him because apparently under that video he posted, I don't think I saw any account details. That people were saying that underneath that video that he posted, that he already put his account number, that people were, or maybe people want to donate for him or something. I don't know how true that is, but
there's nothing we could do. We brought her back home. I did not believe still. I said we should take her to another hospital. That's a third hospital. The hospital confirmed our death again. So we went back home they lay her on the floor right here.
I think I agree with Vivian. It seems to be a loving father, but it takes more than loving. It takes much more than loving to be a father. It takes everything you could ever imagine or offer to be a father, financially, emotionally, physically. I mean, he was providing in his own way. Obviously, I saw those videos as well. On Valentine's Day, he gave her like granite in the park. He was doing things in his own little way. We know some people who are in diaspora who they don't, ordinary card like this, they will not buy for their wife on Valentine's. They talk more, say they will buy you granuts. Ordinary, on their wife's birthday, they will not wish their wife happy birthday. Talk more, say they will wish you happy anniversary. So he come across as someone who loves his family. But then, in this case, I think he said his wife is a very good teacher. She was a teacher. She does home lesson and stuff like that. But financial means is the goal here. Is the wala here. Like, when both of you already said that you're not going to have any more babies, how did you both protect yourself? Did you do any contraceptive? Did you wear rubber? Was she wearing rubber? Was it your pull-out game you were doing? Like, I don't know, but yeah.
And then I was there with her. They said I should come out. I said, no, I can't come out. I was still expecting that she was going to wake up because
you said, okay, his neighbors have spoken up. It wasn't great either. Ow, I've not seen anything from neighbors. I need to go and touch you. I need to go on Instagram.
She was not sick. Nothing was wrong with my wife. So
I saw that, Abby. He's changed it
though. That she was stiff. She was a bit
has changed it, Abby.
Water was coming out from her nose, her hair, and I was really scattered. My entire world turned upside down right immediately. I didn't know what to do.
Abby, I saw that his profile. Obviously, he went from single father and people dragged him. You know what, guys? I'm still on that stand that men move on really quick. God forbid anything happened to you, the woman. How long ago? His wife died in February. And then I saw that post of him on his profile, single father. What happened to widow? Father of girls. He put single barely 2 months after his wife died. I'm not judging him. I'm not judging him. But then people called him out like, come, you did not even put widow. Your wife died in February and you already updated your profile to single. Are you seeking again? Hence why I'm of the opinion, I'm always hold that opinion that men move on really, really quick. In whatever relationship you find yourself, and the thing of Africa, men move on really quick as compared to the women. That's just my take.
So they said we should be taking her to the mortuary. When we took her to the mortuary attendant, they said we should bring a police report. We told them that when we were coming, we branch at Elemo police.
South Zuru, in as much as we are, obviously, people are going to talk, both positive, negative here. We have already, obviously done my own condolences, and if God puts in your mind to donate to him, you can go do it. But then here, he already said himself that both him and his wife, they already said that they were not going to have any more babies. You're not going to have any more babies. How did your wife end up getting pregnant the third time? Were you not collaborating with her? And then it's not really about buying baby stuff. How can your wife be attending clinics, going for checkup in clinics, and then when it was time for her to have a baby, you go to nurse Abeli, you went to midwife under Petesi. I will never ever get beyond that. I don't think he will even be able to forgive himself for agreeing with his wife to go to that Abeli midwife. I think we are being considerate here. We say, even though we are passing our condolences, we should be speaking the facts here. We should be speaking the truth here. It's just the way I've been telling people that don't pay for certificate of sponsorship, don't pay for certificate of sponsorship. Even if I shout it tomorrow, people will still be paying, and people will still come out here and cry that people collect their money. So when we're joking, when we are trying to be sensitive, we should always learn to put that iota of truth, how things are in reality. We should be, put it, insert it.
And they said we should be going to the mortuary to drop the body. We don't necessarily need these papers, because me, the husband, I'm present there. The elder sister
like the live stream,
was
guys.
there too. So there's no need for the paper. We should be going to the mortuary. But the mortuary said no, they won't take her from me. Especially when they heard that it was from we have branch at Elemo police station before, and that was how they left me with the body inside the bus. They locked the gates in the mortuary. They left us right there. I slept with her. I was there with her till the following day. Around 4:00 a.m. That was when we
so they still have to keep her.
Nearby.
Like they still wouldn't take the cops even after she's gone. Like Nigeria, in fact, we always do things backward. The woman has already been confirmed dead. Why is the mortuary now saying that they're not going to accept the cops? Like seriously. Here in the UK, if person buy now hospital go send ambulance to come carry the body for house. You just need to call to say, you know what, so they will send the ambulance to come and carry the corpse. The family don't even need to go anywhere. Now wow.
Police station at Bear, and then the DPO came with us with his own private car. He came.
Mary, what do you mean? You don't know the difference. You know the difference between single father and widower. Now, why won't you know someone that speaks well like this? He went to school now. I think he said he studied accounting or something. He went to school now. He's learned. I've cut that part off. He said he studied accounting or something. So I'm sure he knows the difference.
To give them standing order that they should take the body from us. And unfortunately, the irony part of it is that at the mortuary, because the pregnancy was still with her, they have to take up the baby and do all the necessary things. They started giving us billings. Brother, I tell you, the money we spent at that place is almost 500,000 that the doctor could not let me raise with time.
You know what? I'm still going to blame the doctor, the hospital, as they could have taken that woman in. It was come to the worst. They could have saved the baby, and who knows, there's nothing God cannot do. See, if they've attended to the woman, just maybe they would have saved the baby. And maybe obviously because the wife at that time, she was weak. I mean, prior to that, she was not even weak because she was still, just maybe if that clinic had actually taken her in and performed an emergency surgery, an emergency CS, maybe the baby would have been alive. Not so sure about the mother, but then there's nothing God cannot do. The baby, maybe by the time they take delivery of that child, she might just, she might just stabilize. So that obviously the couple already had their own fault. They already made their mistakes. But then being a health professional, they've come to the hospital in a case of emergency. You dare not turn away an emergency case. You dare not, because what kind of hospital is that? You should be able to perform an emergency CS if worst come to the worst. But you turned that away. She died. And that money that you were asking, allegedly asked them to pay then. Now they now have to spend much more than that, trying to excavate the baby from the body, and they do, oh my God, I just can't know.
We still raise the money at the mortuary, and we still spend that kind of amount of money. But at this point, it was too late.
Yes, I agree with you. He doesn't have the money. He doesn't.
Wow.
He doesn't have the money.
I'm so sorry about your experience.
Thank you.
So, how has life been for you ever since?
For 3 days. I don't think I've left her for 3 days. So we are always together. We do everything together. We
That's a
sleep
shame.
together, we eat together, we plan together, we do almost everything together. So right now, it's like my entire world is turned upside down. I'm just trying to put myself
Welcome,
together
everybody.
because of
Please
my
like and
girls.
share this live stream for
My
me.
entire world is like turning upside down. I don't understand. Up to now, I still don't believe that my wife is no more because she wasn't sick. Nothing. She doesn't have any
Pregnancy
downline
is not
health
easy.
challenge. She was perfectly okay up
Pregnancy
to
is not
that
easy.
day. So like this, I don't even know. Maybe miracle will still happen from the grave, or maybe I'm still dreaming, and my whole life is shattered. I swear. I don't even know. I don't know where to start from. I don't know what to do with my life like this. If
I mean, Abby, I've actually seen some people saying that there's insurance in Nigeria or something, but I don't know how effective that would be when it's time for them to make use of it. You know how Nigerians are. By the time you pay for something you want to claim, they will start giving you story. So I've seen comment like that it says that it's like maybe maybe 55,000 naira or 100 or 10,000 naira monthly or something. But then everything in Nigeria is not always straightforward. And Vivian's like even government hospital will have turned them away. I doubt it. Why didn't they take her to that hospital she has been going for checkups? Why didn't they take her there straight away? You left mama midwife on that Metesi. Why not drive them straight away to the clinic she's been going for her checkups? Why go to that particular one?
I want to conclude, I would say Nigeria just happened to me, because
I'm so sorry.
if I had, as at the hustle reach, if to say as at the hustle reach, I was able to save 500,000 or a million maximum, since I done the hustle in my life, my wife no go die by now. The moment that man mentioned 500,000, I did not argue with him. If I had the money, I would just transfer. In short, I can even transfer more.
Yes,
I'm sure if I transfer that amount of money at that time, my wife will not die. And so it's...
Yeah, Vivian said, I strongly believe they should have done that. Exactly. See, immediately that hospital assessed her, they could have done an emergency CS straight away. At least reserve, at least save 1 out of 2. Now both gone. They should have done emergency CS, but then let the man go cost out the money, because it was saying here that even when they took the body to the mortuary, that the money that the hospital was asking for, that it was still even able to raise it and more. So it's not as if maybe he wouldn't have been able to come up with that money. Well, like he told the doctor that, come treat my wife. By the time he calls family, calls friend, he goes to go and sell a few of his, because it's into a farm, it's into farming as well, like animal farming. He could have gone to sell all of his stuff and be able to raise that money. Maybe, just maybe, if the hospital had actually taken that lady in, performed an emergency surgery, at least save the baby. I'm of the opinion that if that hospital has taken them in, the woman will have lived. She would have survived if the hospital had taken her in.
It's devastating.
A full pregnancy,
know what to do.
Full-term pregnancy.
Like this. I'm just scared. I'm worried. I'm seeking for mental and emotional help wherever.
Yeah, I understand you, Abby, but maybe because of me being a nurse, there's no way I will work in the clinic and somebody like that will walk into my clinic and I will turn them away. I don't think I would do that. I mean, if it means that I now cough out the money to pay for them, even if it means using my salary, I don't think I will stand for such to happen. Hence why I blame the hospital as well. That, you know what, you are a doctor. What is your goal? What is your aim? Your aim is to save lives. Now, this has happened. What is your gain? You're a Muslim in the fasting period. Even if you now use that one to do your ladder for God, that alone, God, this is my own sacrifice towards you. But what do I know?
I can get it, so I can be strong enough to take care of
Hello,
my kids.
welcome.
I think Nigeria just happened to me. They said there's dignity in labor. Where is the dignity in labor? If at the hustle reach like this, I couldn't afford 5.
And yes, people have started blaming him as well, that he voted for LUP. We all know who LUP is. They've started going political with it.
100,000 naira to save the life of my wife at the point when she was dying. Just 500,000 naira, and they hustle every day.
Yes, it was risky when there was no
blood. I think Nigeria just happened to me. I pray Nigeria not go happen to you, because
Amen.
This is very, it's very crazy. It's running me mental.
So you guys all heard him there. He said obviously, I can't like cut out the remaining part. Lokudu was just asking him that what does he want? He's willing to leave Nigeria, and also he doesn't want to leave his children with anybody. So his families have offered to look after his daughters, but like no, I can't leave my children. So he wants Uncle is asking to slightly jump out of Nigeria. He said that he wants to leave the country. It needs obviously will need medical help. I mean, will need mental health. Okay, it will need counseling of some sort. His children are going to need counseling as well. But jackpot is not. If he has the funds and if people are willing to help, why not? Who knows? Maybe this is just another way that God is going to open the door for him. Guys, I'm going to drop the link in the comment section. If any of you wants to come up here and say one or two things, like I said, for me, I already blamed, I blamed the husband and wife, I blamed the doctor, and I also blamed the Nigerian government as well. Like, there shouldn't be, a law should be passed that no hospital should ever reject an emergency patient. In the case of when we're talking about emergency, no hospital should ever reject an emergency patient. So, like I said, the comment that before then, from the press release that the hospital released, the doctor said, the owner of the hospital said, in quotes, I don't think the woman was registered in any hospital. Because if she had been receiving treatment during her antenatal period, she wouldn't have been in that condition whereby there was not enough blood in her body. But the husband is telling us that, she went to antenatal, she went to all of these places, she's been going there, she's been this, that. For this doctor is telling us that no, there's no way she has been attending antenatal. If she had been attending antenatal, they would have known that she was, short of something. And he continued that she wouldn't have been in that condition. We asked them to go to the general hospital since it was something we could not handle. He concluded by saying he had left everything in God's hands, saying, I am a Muslim, and whatever comes a Muslim's way, the best thing is to say, indeed, to Allah we belong, and to him we shall return. Salami added that despite the controversy, he believes the community members who have patronized this hospital will help restore its integrity. Obviously, I've seen a couple of people who have actually come to say good thing about this hospital as well. So, guys, I'm going to drop the link in the comment section. Jump on in and come say one or two things, okay? The link is in the comment section, guys. Jump on the link. Let me read your comments, and then I'll start taking your calls. So, Vivian said, only in wicked Africa, Nigeria, do they let women buy. Honestly, so disheartening. They do that a lot in Nigeria. Mary Sugar said, how many people will it be done for? Abby, I know that's a hard question to ask. I know, I clearly get you. Abby said, healthcare professionals won't eat because they have to save lives. Okay, I get you, Abby. I get you. Vivian said, Abby, you are young and been in the UK for a while. What most do is go raise money while their wives are in the theater. They keep the patient until patients are made. You see, even that, Vivian, there's a doctor that came out to say he once did that, and when the patient was fine, the family went to go and report them at the police station that they are holding their family against their will. So our doctor had no choice but to let them go free of charge. They've already treated the woman. The woman is doing fine. Husband no agree bring money. Instead, husband go carry police come say, this hospital is holding my wife against her wish. What do you want to do? You don't want your good name to be tarnished. So the hospital had to let the patient go. And there's another one that I saw that the girl was a 19-year-old girl who fell pregnant. She now went to go and use medication to remove the pregnancy, and everything went haywire with her. They brought her into hospital. They could not afford the treatment. He offered to treat them. 3 days later, when the girl was doing better, the woman and the daughter, bam, they fled. So these are things that have been happening as well, and hospitals are like, no, we can't do them anymore. Oladimoke said, Nigeria, my country, if you get money for hospitality or cut your loss, it surprised me when I see hospital can attend to you without payment done, even while being dying. It's so sad. This is a very, very sad story, honestly. Nigeria with almost 300 million people, it's not sustainable. It's not to happy. I definitely understand your angle. I definitely understand you. I definitely understand you. Guys, jump on the link. The link is in the comment section. Abby said, since Viv, I'm actually more versed in Nigerians than you think. Nigerianness than you think. I'm just asking how it's not sustainable, to be honest, because they will have to pay bills. And then by the time that they are helping these people with their charitable work, these people are holding up bed. They are in the bed when they could be admitting person that will be able to pay them. So I absolutely get your angle. I get where you're coming from, Abby. We can't keep doing this all the time. But in that instance, Abby, if I have an hospital, I would have taken this woman. I would have taken her. Maybe because of the mother in me, maybe because of the profession I belong in, I would have taken her because I believe that that life is gone. You can never get that life back. She's gone with her unborn baby. She's never ever going to come back again. So yeah. Betty, I'm sorry if I'm not pronouncing your name well. Abby, Nigeria is a wealthy country. It's the government job to make it sustainable because they are there to serve the people lives. That's a priority. Absolutely, I agree with you. Welcome, Abby. Unmute yourself.
Good evening, sis.
Good evening, Abby. How are you?
I'm fine, thank you.
Good. Welcome. You've got the floor.
If I happen to be in a hospital when a pregnant woman is brought in, and I have money to pay for her, I would pay. If 10 women are brought in and I'm there, I may not be able to afford to pay. So let's not say that there's no goodwill that can be done once in a while. This one has only come to our attention because it's on the internet. There's a very high chance that 100 women died before her within 24 hours. That is a country of 300 million people. We don't know what is happening in Kebbi State. We don't know what is happening in Kaduna. We don't know what is happening in Nasarawa. Places that have extremely poor local governments, we do not know. That's why I'm saying that it's very easy to say, if I own the hospital, I will. How many people will it be done for?
It's true. I agree with you.
I do not agree that we should guilt trip a private hospital. Keyword, private hospital. That's all I'm saying. It's an unfortunate situation. I empathize with him. Like I said, I've seen a couple of updates where it's just like, it's one thing to be responsible giving someone granules, but a very big part of irresponsibility is having 3 children in this current climate. And then you've had 9 months to plan and you haven't planned. You know me, I always say this, stop marrying poor men.
Are you listening? Stop marrying poor men.
You're better off being by yourself as a woman, because every time, I said it before last one of the streams, I sit before a man on a date and he asks me what I bring to the table, I will stone him. Because I bring my life.
Exactly. I've said it several times here as well.
I bring my life to the table as long as I'm having babies with you. Are you crazy? Why are you asking what I bring to the table? I bring my life. And that should be enough.
Absolutely.
I've been saying this for a very long time. No matter how much a man supports you, no matter how much a man rubs your feet, rubs your back, pregnancy is for one. You can never feel your pain.
True.
The average man will run away before the average woman runs away from the kids.
True.
There's a reason we hear more about deadbeat dads in comparison to deadbeat moms. We're not saying that it doesn't happen with women, but there's a reason why the percentage is higher.
Yeah.
My own thing is, I don't think it's fair to continue to guilt trip the the hospital, because it is the government's job, the way we have an NHS here. So a very big extent, part of our taxes goes towards the NHS, doesn't it? There's a reason, because I will benefit from that free healthcare. And I want to put it out there that even in the UK, black pregnant women are endangered species.
Yes,
all the time. So even the UK is not perfect. I don't know if anyone knows who Melissa's wardrobe is, but for reference, Melissa's wardrobe is Stormzy, the UK artist stylist. She had a very difficult pregnancy. She's married to a Ghanaian millionaire, so she was good. She was with the NHS for very long. Do you know what saved her life and the life of the baby? She went private in the UK. I had a pulmonary embolism about 2.5 years ago. What saved my life? I went private. And I live in the UK. So my point is, even the NHS is not perfect.
Yes, so exactly.
Even with black women, it's not perfect. I do 3 monthly blood tests and I do it privately. I have to pay £180 because I was scared, because my dad was scared. My mom had just passed a year prior. My dad said he's not losing another member of his family. And I'm a black woman living in the UK. We hear these stories all the time. It's not a joke. A lot of black women they actually pass from childbirth in the UK. And this is a system that tries to make things work. All I'm saying here is, while we're empathizing with the man, a very big part of this thing is lack of planning. There's no point in talking about issues if we're not addressing the core problems for these things to stop. Stop having children that you cannot afford. One. Secondly, 9 months is a long time to plan. As a woman, be hardworking. Do not marry men. Imagine being pregnant for 9 months. A man has time to plan and still couldn't come up with that money.
But that amount of money, nah, juju.
Sorry, I don't know. Everybody can be rich. Not everybody can be. I know some people have to be poor, but my point is, again, poor people should do what poor people are supposed to do. Stop having more children that you can afford.
Yeah, that's my standard as well. I did that in my last room.
Privilege that only
there was
rich
no
people
point.
can afford.
There was no point for them. There was no point for them to have gone ahead to get pregnant the third time. There was no need. You know, you already agreed that you don't want to have any more babies. Why did you not protect yourself?
Thank you. And somebody said in the chat that yes, even they went for accidental, but they still found out that they had, what did she say? Did she say blood pressure? Some issues. Yes, that's how health is, right? Yeah. When I shared what happened with me when I had my PE, what happened to me? They sent me back home. At 4 a.m., I could not move. By the time I got to the hospital, I was 2 minutes close to having a stroke. This is in the UK. That's how life is. The doctors are not always going to even get it right. Yeah. You can have 10 doctors hovering around you, all having different opinions.
Yeah.
That's the thing about being a doctor. I have 2 doctors in my family. I know that it's not always how the book goes. It could just be one slight thing that changes the whole diagnosis. One thing can change the whole diagnosis. Even I'm not a doctor, I have that information, right?
Pulmonary embolism, Vivian.
Which is blood clots in the lung.
Yeah.
That's what it basically is. So, anyway, I say this to say that please, while we're empathizing with people, let's blame the right people. Because what I was thinking about the healthcare issue, for instance, 105. I know that Nigeria, I don't have to pay anything directly to the NHS. It just comes out as part of my taxes, and they know how to share all of the taxes, right?
Yeah.
That's something that Nigeria should apply. We take your salary is 50,000 naira. There's a 5,000 charge that goes here, it goes there, it goes there. That's the only way they can enable the hospitals to not turn people away. 5. Imagine if one private hospital takes every 100 clients or patients rather that comes to the hospital. How would they get their money back? Because actually Lagos State government. So the only way they can actually do that is do a tax system as well, where it's just like there's a compulsory 5,000 naira that your employers must take.
You deduct from your money,
and then they give it to whatever government body, and then it gets reimbursed into the system. We cannot blame a private hospital. They cannot do charity work. I put it to you that there's doctors in Nigeria that do charity work from time to time, but how would they feed?
Yeah, true.
It's not sustainable.
Yeah, I absolutely agree with you, Abby.
This one is my own personal beef with everybody. Everybody knows that every time these topics come up, I always say, stop marrying poor men.
Do not marry poor men, no. And you as a woman, make sure you have a job. Make sure you have a job. And if that man tells you to drop your job, tell him to work, to work. No, because he wants to marry my job. Do not stop working because he wants to marry you. He's telling you that you should not work. No, like I told, even if you marry Odogu, make sure your job, your career is intact.
Odogu has options.
They go office.
Odogu has options. If you don't want me to go to the office, you pay me salary, not house money. Not take 300K for the house. You pay me salary.
Pay me salary as if I'm going to work.
It's called my salary. 5 always advises us here about signing, not just about prenups and stuff. Sign a document.
Terms and condition. Write terms and condition.
Don't go and say you start out a relationship, right? You want 2 children, and then all of a sudden now you're having 20 children. Because remember, last a man will leave you, and you'll be there.
Exactly.
Children by
babies
yourself.
Grow. If you think that you can use the baby to be tying him down, babies they grow. The one where you born last, if that baby grow, you go born another one. At the end of the day, all of those children in your domain, they will be yours alone. I will see how you're going to cope with them.
And even this thing that we're talking about with even like this private healthcare and stuff, right? I have the last guy that I was dating, that I explained to him the importance of being able to afford some things. Obviously, everybody knows here that I care about health insurance, life insurance, those things I care about. And I was saying to him, and he did not think it was necessary because of the NHS. I said, let me tell you one thing. You will not understand the importance of these things until it happens to you. Me, now, if I did not have a PE that year, will not be taking private healthcare important because they sent me home.
That was dangerous.
I told him now, even with this story you heard about Melissa's wardrobe, there's another person, Puga's wife, that passed a couple years ago with the baby because of this same thing of neglect by the NHS. We're hearing all of these celebrities happening to a lot of Black women, right?
Yeah.
What is there now if you go and pay Mom, do you know how much it is? £600
I know.
for 4 scans within 9 months in private healthcare.
Wow.
That's what this man told me that he does not think is necessary. £600 to make sure that
it's not necessary.
Yes, make sure that me and a child I will potentially carry for you if we get married. For a whole 9 months is too much for you to pay for private healthcare scan. That's not my husband.
He's not ready.
That's not my
That's
husband.
the kind of person who will have 500,000. Obviously, will not be able to pay 500,000 if they ask him to pay so in an emergency. I'm sorry.
Do you understand? It's not for him. It's not the money because me, I'm not going on a date with a
He's saying that it's not necessary. He doesn't believe
it.
it.
It's the mentality. If it's necessary, in the NHS, if we get a really good hospital, my friend ended up giving birth in St. Thomas Hospital. It's a very common hospital in London. They were really good to her. If we have that sort of nice relationship, we have a good midwife, all of that's amazing.
Yeah.
But
for me as well, all of my pregnancies, I didn't have any issue. Like
exactly. If you sense you're not being treated well or being ignored,
obviously it was an Indian woman who was part of when I had my son, when I hemorrhaged. I could have died. If in Nigeria I would have died though. If I was Nigeria, I do hemorrhage because we've heard of pregnant women in Nigeria who died because of hemorrhaging. She was born.
Women are lucky. But my own thing is that if you sense that your doctor is ignoring you or whatever, and you can afford, if you can see, not everybody can afford private healthcare. Me, I'm just laying it down on the table for the men that I date. That is one of the things. Currently, I pay £180 every 3 months. I can do it for free, but I've chosen not to because once bitten, twice shy. I'm afraid.
Yeah.
So now I cannot marry you now. We'll be doing finances. You tell me this £180 is not necessary. It's not necessary. You can't do that.
You can't do that, exactly.
So I need you to understand it's not about even money, it's about you. Because me, I don't intend to not have my own money. I intend to continue to work hard. I intend to do that. But I need
same here. Continue to work hard.
I need your mentality to be in the right place where you understand that there's some things that we should not take for granted. If the NHS cooperates with us, by all means. But if they don't cooperate with us, please understand that you need to work hard to have small money to spare.
Exactly.
That's all.
Exactly.
And don't get me wrong, it doesn't mean that you can do everything in this world to make sure everything is right.
Will still go.
Can still go wrong.
Yeah.
You understand? That's not the point. My point is, at least what is very important is
at least you are prepared. You did things, you put things into place in case.
Thank you. That's all I'm saying. Just be prepared, right?
Yeah, thank you so much.
Everybody, women, be choosing how many children you want, not how many children your husband wants.
Me, I did not plan to have 5. It was because I hemorrhaged with my son, and before I knew it, I ended up with 2 babies. I always blamed the NHS because they were the one that did not allow me to go and have my coil. JJ, they were like, "Oh, we are still investigating why you hemorrhaged." I'm like, "Okay, have you not finished investigation?" By the time they were ready for the investigation, I was already pregnant with baby number 4. In fact, it was my husband that said, "Woman, I think you are pregnant." I was like, "What do you mean?" And through, I went. The lady was like, "Oh, before I do anything, I'm just going to quickly run a quick pregnancy test." And then she was like, "Oh, you're expecting another bundle. Come and see me, daddy." I cried then. Now the story is sweet to tell, but then it was not though. It was not.
Also, I want to also say something as well. 115. My friend and I were having a conversation, and we actually even said, we should actually have a podcast because we have some problematic key takes, right? Mm-hmm. But the thing is, I was saying that there's a very big part of being poor, right? That comes with irresponsibility. So if you think about it, it takes a certain level of discipline to actually maintain wealth and to climb the ladder. Let's be very honest, right? The average poor person is also very entitled.
Yes.
He's very entitled, right? And I also want to put this into perspective as well with birth control we keep talking about. In the UK, birth control is free in certain places. It's free. There are certain places that you can go to get free birth control.
They will give you in dozen.
I even saw that they are bringing free Ella1 and stuff like that. Ella1 is like morning after pill. And Superdrug, because in Superdrug and Boots is not free.
No, it's not. Yeah, I know.
So they are bringing it free to Boots and I'm not having sex, so I don't know anything about these things. I'm just saying information on the internet. That's what it says.
TMI. I'll be TMI.
Just before people start judging me, I'm just saying that it's information on the internet I'm bringing. No, they said it's free in Boots and Superdrug.
You guys disregard the SEX one. Just take the information.
Sorry, you understand? So I'm saying this to say that Mom of Five, let's be honest, someone that is drinking Gary, is it CD or what they want to buy? Is it not? It's not free of charge now. They'll now use £100, 100 naira. I don't know how much those things are in Nigeria, but they will now use 200 naira, 500 naira to go and buy birth control. They would rather put that towards their dinner. Are you seeing the issues? Are you seeing why you cannot just be blaming hospital?
The hospitals, yeah, true. I agree with you. Yeah, I agree.
Someone that is poor is not they're not going to waste in quotes. It's not a waste though, but in their head, I can see how it will be a waste. They will not waste 1,000 naira to go and buy
something, or even to buy, because they say rubber now is not 200 naira.
So that I don't know if you saw that news that year that they were using it in Jamaica when they said that UK girls will go to Jamaica and be having relations with Jamaican men. And one of the girls was so desperate, she used a nylon in the corner of the road. That's kind of thing that poor people will do. A nylon will catch them. Now nylon will catch them. That's kind of thing that they will do. So, yeah.
Thanks so much, Abby. Thank you so much. Thanks for your input there. We now have Jimmy in the house. Welcome, Jimmy. Welcome to the house, Jimmy. Hello, Jimmy. You have the floor now. Hello. Hello, Jimmy. Are you there? It be like in our network. Anyway, guys, we're going to start rounding up. Is it available in Nigeria? That was why I said as well that when I was apportioning blames, I blame Nigerian government. Okay, and I think moving forward, Nigerian government should have sexual clinics where as they are providing. I mean, there was a time, in fact, I should not lie. When I went for my checkup after I hemorrhaged with my son, I was given a box full of CD. I was told, we cannot say you should not carry wow. They gave me a full box of CD. And every time I tender one to a guy will tell me that no, I'm not using. So maybe I was partly to be blamed when I ended up with baby number 4. So I think moving forward, the Nigerian government, now that we have all these government hospitals, there should be a section within the Nigerian government hospitals where there's going to be like sexual clinics where people could go and get contraceptives, could go and get rubbers and stuff like that. It's something the government should be able to provide free of charge. Okay, look at the youngest. I was watching a show on Instagram. Young girls of the age of 16. This girl had her first child when she was 12 years old, and she's 15. She already had the second one. Is it that the girl no get brain? That when she had the first one at that young, she still opened her leg again to have another second one for a different man again the second time. I don't know what's going on. So I think Nigerian government could do better. They should have a sexual clinic in all of those Nigerian hospitals, government hospitals, where you provide free advice and start offering people free CDs. Okay.
So do you know what I think as a woman? I think Nigeria needs to do which country? Is it China that done it where they cap the number of children? Because why do we have 300 million? Because the thing is that all these things we're asking the government to do is going to be so tough because it is too many people. Hey, they don't. They need to start capping it. Also, I wanted to say something my friend told me yesterday. My friend told me that another thing that poor people, they often have this mentality that, sorry to anybody that thinks the word poor is offensive. I'm just trying to put things into perspective. Yeah. They have this mentality that when they keep having children, surely one of them will be whiskeyed. And then one of them will be Okocha. One of them will be president. They have that mentality. Let them keep giving birth. At least one will take them out of the trench.
It is true, Abby. Me, I always say it here that my parents had 5 of us. We are my parents' what's it called? Pension retirement plan. I am my parents' retirement plan because every month, every first week of the month, I can't escape it. You must do something. You must do background for them. That's Africans. They have multiple children because they believe that those children will be the one to feed them at their old age. It's the norm for African people. It's the norm. So there's no beating about the bush with that one. Hello, Jimmy. Welcome. You're on the floor now. Hello, Jimmy. Like, Jimmy, you are back again, but you're not talking. Is it network? All right, guys, we have another 5 minutes to go. I don't want this live stream to be longer than what it is. Jimmy, you're on the floor. If you can hear us, please say something. If not, we're going to start rounding down. I'm just going to say my condolences again to this man. And the way I apportion the blame in my sit-down video or in the last video is the same way I'm still going to apportion the blame. Nigerian government could do better. Just like Abby said there, I don't think Nigeria will be able to pass the law that only one Peking. No, we can't be like China. I don't think they'll be able to do it. I don't think it's going to work. And also, the government should try and maybe have like a section where women can easily go, get free, protection for themselves, because obviously you can't tell people that people will kill away. It seems like that even in that heat in Nigeria, people are still killing and having babies. It seems that's the only thing that people are using to paranoia. It's the only thing that people are using to get themselves out of depression. So I think the Nigerian government could do better by also passing a bill that no cases of emergency. Look at that TJ guy that was knocked down, that was killed in a motor accident. Why would they have to take him to 2 hospitals? None of them accepted. None of them accepted him. So I think the Nigerian government could come up with a bill, and all the Senate people in the Senate out of Senate, you can come up with a bill to say, in cases of emergencies, hospitals should not turn patients away. They should not turn patients away.
That nonsense, Momof5 they do, where for certain situations they need whatever from the police.
Nigerian police reports. Exactly.
In the UK, when you go to A&E, you'll be seeing police standing up and down. Because the hospital can take that person in and call the police by themselves.
By themselves, yes.
Why are you saying because there's a bullet in somebody, the police have to come? So they should just pass. Why the police? Come on, man. Exactly. Just the person and let the police be on their way.
Exactly. You admit the person, treat the person, ask your secretary or where they are paying for card. Tell them to call the police. Like, we just received an accident. We've just received a gun victim. Can you come? Rather than asking them to take the patient or the person to police station to go and get police report and then bring the patient back. Like, you're not even allowing the patient. I don't think the person is going to survive, So those are things that need to change. Honestly, things need to change for the better in Nigeria. And also, like I said, my condolences to this young man, but you still have some faults. Your wife got pregnant. You were able to tell her, she was able to go to clinic to get all this tests done, all these scans done. Why didn't you not think? Or why didn't you not make sure that she returned to same place to go have a baby? Why use a midwife under courtesy? You could have. I think you have a fault in this as well. And both of you already agreed that you were not going to have any more babies. Were you protecting yourself, or you were just depending on your pull-out game? Some men, their pull-out game is not strong. Now, when they're supposed to pull out, at that time they go Now, when they're supposed to pull out, and then they go, the aluko go there, choo. So in this case, I don't think your pull-out game worked, because if you were really not want to have any more babies, and like I said, if it is female children that you've got, they are children as well. Women are doing great exploits in the world today. The world is not just made up of men alone. The world is not made up for men alone. We've seen, like I shared in my last live stream, I have a family friend whom all their parents had were girls. They are all married now. There's 2 doctors. One of them is married to the Ooni of Ife. The latest wife that Ooni of Ife married, was it early last year or late last 2 years? She is one of them. Queen Okpe. She was a Glaswegian queen here. She has a PhD here in Scotland. All of her sisters, all of her siblings are all women. There are 5 in their family. They've got 3 girls and a twin sister. They are all female. And they all schooled in diaspora. Now, women, all of them they are all married and doing well for themselves. Women, female kids should not be, not be looked at like, oh, you are a girl. No, I want a son. And you all heard there, when we did the scan and realized it's a boy, that was why we decided to keep it. When you know you cannot afford another baby. So you have a fault there. I'm sorry, you have a fault there, but that's been done. And for the hospital, like I said, the hospital still owns a portion of blame as well. You observe the patient, you assess the patient, you knew this was a case of emergency. Even if that was the only one you do. And I know Abby would not agree with this, yes. But even if that was me, I'm like, this is me talking as a healthcare professional. I wouldn't have sent that patient away. I would have taken them away. Maybe
Sorry, Mom of 5. My own question is, how about the one that we did not come to the internet? Now, how are we going to do it? Because this one,
this one came to internet, Abby.
So the one that before him, 2 hours before him, that not come to the internet, how are we going to do it now?
Abby, we only address the one that comes to the internet.
These are the issues.
I know you're going to say something, because as I said that statement, I was looking at the mic, like, oh, Abby's going to unmute herself now. Like I said, I'm speaking in me being a nurse, being an healthcare professional. I wouldn't have turned that patient away, just because obviously as a healthcare professional, you swore an oath to protect, to save lives, and in that case, you did not even save one. Both lives are gone, and yeah, so that's just my take there. And women, lastly, don't marry anyhow man. Oh. If you tell you I have a business, where is your business? What kind of business? Container business. Where your container they land? Come and show me. Make sure whoever you are settling with has a tangible, realistic source of income, and you, the woman, as well. Once you've been able to confirm that, make sure you yourself have a source of income. Maybe you might not have a 9 to 5, but have something that's fetching money for you. And if while you are dating to marry, or you are planning to marry, the man now tells you that, come, babe, when we get married, you're going to stop working. Drag your 2 slippers. If you can't reach an agreement that, no, I am not leaving my job, do not go into that marriage. Do not go into that marriage, because there's something. I don't know how to describe it, but there's something about a woman having your own money, because you don't want to wait on your husband before you buy a new set of bra. 6 years ago, I used to put myself last, because I want to be able to provide for my family. I want to make sure that my children are fine. I want to be able to make sure that I'm not missing my car payments. I want to make sure that I'm able to give it to my family. At some point, I was like, what? I'm the one who's going to do all this work. I'm the one who is collecting insults from colleagues left and right. Why can't I spend on myself? So my mindset changed 5 years ago. If I see something now, if I have the money, I don't blink twice. I buy it. If I want something, if I see something now and I look at my bank statement, I'm like, if you buy now, you will struggle. I will not buy, but I will save, knowing that, yes, so this thing, I want it. And when I have the spare change, I will buy it. So it's high time like I said, there's some sort of satisfaction as a woman, knowing that you have money to buy something that you need, and you're not necessarily waiting for there are some men who do not even care how you make your hair. There are some men who don't even care how you are able to how you afford a bra. They don't even care how you buy yourself a bra. There are some men who do not know how you buy yourself a pants. They do not even know how you buy yourself body lotion. There are some men like that. When I'm saying these things, I know what I'm saying. So you don't want to find yourself in that situation whereby you are tying wrapper everywhere, you are smelling. And then, because you don't have a source of income, the man will not be telling you that, hey, what do you even bring into this marriage? I am the one who's doing this, I'm the one who's doing that. What did you even bring? So some of you might like, oh, well, that one 5, you did that, but it's the truth. And I've always said that if you're about to get married and you don't have a job and you want to marry, I'm sorry for you, because your poverty, you are mounting on top of each other. You're just mounting on top of each other. So this man has he's expressed that he wants to jackpot, he wants to leave the country. We can never tell. There might be somebody out there watching him who will be able to offer him that help. Good luck to him. And I pray that, he said he can't leave his children, which means that he will probably, wherever he is relocating to, he's going to have to want to live with his daughters. Yes, I wouldn't even want him to leave his children with anybody, because they are female children. Anywhere he goes, he should take his daughters with him. So I'm going to read your comment and I will round up, guys. And please like this live stream. There's 33 of you watching me. We only have 17 likes so far. Please like this live stream for me, please. And I'm receiving super chats, yo. It's like you people on this platform, you don't like giving me super chats. I'm receiving super chats. So Abby said, treat first now, call the police while they are there. Absolutely. And then this issue of go and bring police report, they carry gun victim come, you're asking them to go and admit the patient. And while you are offering treatment, instruct your staff to call the police. We've just admitted a gunshot victim. Why are you not asking the people that brought victim in to go and bring, it does not make sense, And Vivian said, well, I sent you an email to a link. The subject is link as permanent. All right, okay, I will check. Is this something you want me to discuss here now? But with that being said, I found the message of the person who said it was the one who drove them. So let me read it before we round up. So this person said, the person's name is Abiodun Musbao. He said, "Hi, madam. I was the one who helped them with my car." So I believe this was the person who was driving the car. So this person commented under the first live stream I did. He said, "I was the one who helped them with my car on the fateful day, February 24th. So this incident happened on 24th of February this year, Friday precisely. We actually went to the said hospital and they told him to deposit 500,000 naira. But the hospital have said that they've come out to say that no, they did not ask for money. So this is the driver of the car. We know he dropped a comment to say the hospital asked them to deposit 500,000 naira. We then left, but on our way to Ekpe General Hospital, she died before we got to Baba Adisa bus stop. Other things happened thereafter anyway. Very sad for me. I can't forget the day. In all, I would only advise Nigerian government to make law for all the hospital to always save life first in case of emergency, then find way to get the money later. Point of correction, they have 2 children. Yes, so he corrected me that they only have 2 children. So that was the guy who drove the car, he was in. So with that being said, I'm going to read your comment now, and Bloom is in my name. All right, okay, let me check. Is this something you want us to discuss now? Let me find it. He said Bloom is in your name. Bloom.
Sorry, while Momo5 is looking for that email, I want to say something. Side notes. Do you know that I just dipped yesterday? I was thinking about something yesterday. It's actually not that hard to leave Nigeria. Because if you think about it here, if you have people in the right places, right? Let's assume Tinubu, for instance, is not corrupt and he doesn't care about packing all the money for himself and his generations to come. All he doesn't need to do much work. He just needs to put the right people in office and hold them accountable. So now let's put things into perspective. Minister of Health in the next 10 years, what I want to ensure is that the average Nigerian has health insurance.
Yeah.
Even if you're a lodger or a tomato seller, whatever in the market, you know how all those area boys come to collect money for nonsense. There's somebody that comes to collect that 1,000 naira from them as well for health insurance. I don't know if you get what I'm trying to say. Like, why are we making this so hard? All you need to do is have different people in different places and hold them accountable. Where is this 1 million naira? Why? No, the end. Because if you think about it, all them, guys, it's not that hard. That's what I just thought about. Actual precedent is an issue. Just put the right people in the right place, because Nigeria has very talented people.
Absolutely, yes.
And hold them accountable.
Yeah.
That's all you need to do.
Yeah.
Anyway.
Thank you so much, Abby. Thank you so much. So, Vivian, I've seen that story. We already did the live stream on that story. That guy that went to go and was chatting up a 13-year-old, asking if the 13-year-old was a VIRGIN. And he was living with his wife. And his wife was begging those people. And his wife was praying. And the people were quoting Bible that, your husband is a worst Christian. When he was chatting up a 13-year-old, saying that he was going to teach a 13-year-old how to drive. I think we already did that live stream. It's on my channel, Vivian. If you can find it, we already did the live stream. Vivian V said, I was at the A&E and one Niger guy was serious kicking off. Lots of police trying to calm him down. Abby said, data shows that female kids look after their parents better too. So what is exactly Abby? Me, I'm an example of that. I'm an example of that. Money is everything, but also is mentality. Yes, so mentality is currency. And since said, Abby, sometimes when he loses any patience, he comes home crying. Wow, okay. Abby says, Cindy, I think doctors have to be cold-hearted. They don't have a choice. They get to a point where they don't feel. It's so tasking emotionally. I don't know how they I don't know how they do it though. I don't know how they do it, but yeah. But Nigerian government, stand up now. Do one thing, right? What is this? Abby, we can be here shouting till tomorrow. If that government wants to do something, they would. If they don't want to do, they won't do. We can't hold them. So anyway, guys, thank you so much for being here. We've been here for an hour, 25 minutes. Thank you, guys. And like I said, I hope this story we have learned a lesson. Please, if you're getting married, agree. Like I said, if you're about to get my right terms and condition, in my next word, I'll write terms and condition, and we have to agree with it. The terms and condition will contain what we both agree, and nobody will be allowed to go out with that terms and condition. You go out with it, there will be wahala. So plan well. Nowadays, the economy is not what it was when I was having my own kids. Because I know some people like, oh, see person that is talking, but you two, you have 5 children. When I was having my kids, things were much better. And I am not in Nigeria. And if I were to be in Nigeria, trust me, I would not have 5 children. Okay, I would not have 5 children. With that being said, plan before you bring children into the world, because at the end of the day, these children, you might say you love babies, but babies grow, and the older they become, the higher the expenses. So come and ask me. I am telling you, as a mother with 5 children, the older they are growing, the more expensive they become. The responsibility does not go down. It keeps going. Now, when they were much younger, I used to be able to go to Primark or to go to Next to go and buy them shoes. Now, if it is not Nike shoes, if it is not Adidas tracksuits, they will just be looking at you. If you give them a Primark set, they will not even collect it from you if it's not Adidas, if it's not Nike. So I know what I'm talking about. So guys, I hope you've learned from this story. Plan, have kids that you can afford. And I don't blame some people who say they don't want to have children. It's their choice, they have their reasons. So I will not even blame anybody that say they don't want to have children. And if you decide to have children, please only make babies that you can afford. Okay, make babies that you can afford, and make sure you have a source of income, because when money enter love is sweeter. If you want to do understanding wife, I'm sorry for you. Some of us, we did understanding wife. Yes, we did. And I'll pause it there. Anyway, guys, thank you so much for being here. And if you've watched this live stream till now, you've not subscribed to my channel, what are you waiting for? Don't forget to drop a comment in the comment section, subscribe if you've not yet done so. And this is my Instagram, this is my handle. If you have any business that you want to share, showcase on my channel, I can do it for a Penishi fee. And if you want me to collaborate with me, send me a DM or email me on my email there, Thatmumof5. And I also receive PayPal as well. If you don't want to super chat here, I receive PayPal. And thank you. I actually received a PayPal this morning. It was for 110. That person said, do not mention my name. So thank you so much. I actually forgot about that. Thanks so much for that PayPal. I'm still trying to put a face. I think that person is a regular on this channel. I don't know yet, but I'm going to go back to all of my subscribers and figure out who that person is. So thank you so much. I really appreciate that. And follow me on my Instagram handle. If you have any story for me, DM me, send me an email. My Instagram handle is Thatmumof5. My TikTok handle is Just Doing Me. Right, Jimmy is back. Let's hear Jimmy. Hello, Jimmy.
Hello, good evening, ma.
Good evening, Jimmy. Welcome.
Yes, ma. Actually, I want to also make a say on this topic due to somebody comment I saw.
Okay.
And my say was because I also want to speak out of experience. I actually agree with everything this person said. I can't remember her name. The person that just finished spoken now.
Abby.
Exactly, Abby. I agree with everything she said out of experience.
Okay. All right.
Because there's a time like that too. Because this Nigeria, this our country, this system, everything is just totally different. So I also advise. I just want to make a pointed to like any women, anybody, whether being rich or not being rich, just have to have it in mind that this is our country. There are some certain things to achieve or to get. You just have to have money. When you don't have money, don't even try to cross those things. Don't try to cross those paths. Being pregnant, being a mother, or anything. Because when I was pregnant with my third baby too, it came like I've never had a CS before. I've always had my children with normal birth, delivering belt. But my third child, it happened that it came that emergency CS. And that what even brought that emergency CS was also the hospital fault, not my fault. Because hospital here in Nigeria, there's something about them. Because at least I'm a little bit educated, and once I'm pregnant like this, I follow every pregnancy journey on YouTube. Anything that they are educating about pregnancy, all of that, I follow it up on YouTube. So it happened that the hospital I used to went for antenatal. They don't used to enlighten us about how the baby breathes inside there. They don't enlighten you about a lot of things until you ask. And it broke me that I watched a video on YouTube where they were saying that when baby is not growing proper, you can deliver them so that they can come to the world and be growing. or when baby is too big in the tummy, you can deliver them so that it will not bring anything like emergency or baby dying or anything or mother dying whatsoever.
Yeah.
So that was my case.
Oh,
I was
wow.
already 37 weeks and my baby has already weighed at least 4 kg.
Wow.
Which I had a maximum weight baby should weigh in the tummy should be 3.5. Which I
Well,
don't know
babies
whether
that
it's true.
sometimes baby that are big. If they, like a colleague of mine, she just recently went on maternity leave. Actually, her baby was big, and they already. I think it was at her. Was it at her 20 weeks pregnancy that they figured out that she's going to have a big baby, and they just advised her to go for C-section straight away. They said there's no point in that you want to come and do vaginal birthing, and she opted for cesarean section
In my own
because she
case,
said she was going to have a big baby.
Since I'm already 37 weeks, the baby is already 4.8.
They should have maybe prepare you for that. I would know you wouldn't have gone for in the
So
UK.
I
You
told
wouldn't
them
have
that
gone
they
for
should
pregnancy.
induce me. Let me have this baby.
In fact, most time they don't even
I
wait till
even
you. They don't wait for you
to
to
them,
reach full
but
term.
to my surprise, the doctor was like, "No, they can't do that until I clock my due date, which is 40 weeks."
No, the
So
ones
I
that
was
I've
like,
seen
"This
so
is
far, they
emergency. Do I really need to clock 40 weeks?"
don't. In most cases that I've seen here in the UK,
So
they
me,
don't
I
tell you.
just want to make a statement because it happened that at the end of I went for emergency
Yeah.
yes. And even though it was their fault, everything that I could not deliver the baby on my own, there was still
Yeah.
like I think they collected 400K upward for the operation, everything. And
Wow.
no money, no operation. So that makes me reason like nobody told me before I told my husband that no more baby. I've always dreamed that at least we have like 5, like 4. I was like, no more baby. Our country system
You don't need to be told.
because what if I die?
Yes.
So that make me like, if you don't even have money, don't even cross the path of you want to have a child. Don't expect that if emergency conductor will help you, they will save you. When you don't have the money, there are people that have money and they will still end up dying.
Yeah, true.
And they will still end up dying. There are people that don't have money and they will still survive. So
True.
I also feel like we should not blame the hospital. Like maybe somebody is dying due to they don't have money, whatever. I don't know.
Yeah,
So
it's fine.
I
I mean,
feel like if you don't have money to afford even hospital,
it's normal
and
that
I
we
feel
have
like as a pregnant woman, I feel as a pregnant woman, you have been having child, God delivering vagina or CS, you should always prepare for anything. You prepare for anything.
Yeah.
So the husband too should have been prepared that let me have the baby through CS, whatever. So when they are not preparing for that, they should not got pregnant and bring baby to the world. And now the woman was dead. Yeah, I just want to make it say that I just agree with her truly. That in this country, when you don't have money, don't try to make babies.
Don't try to make things. Think twice. Think 3 times if possible. Thank you so much, my beautiful sister, for your contribution there. I really appreciate that. Thank you so much, Jimmy. So there's story that Abby's maybe I will look through it and maybe cover it in the coming week. I've not seen it, but I'm trying to find it on X now. But if anybody has a link,
I also want to tell you that's a very, very, very extremely problematic topic. Are you sure? I will listen to you. Call and send to you, Sha.
Yeah, please send me the link.
Problematic.
I've been trying to go on to X now. I can't really see anything. So if you send me the link, then we'll talk about it. We'll do it tomorrow. We'll do it sometimes during the week. Maybe on Wednesday.
I'll send everything to you. Whatever I find.
Thank you. Vivian said that's an Ayilolo man. You don't. Somebody has copied somebody's word. Yeah, Ayilolo. So you they watch Grow with me. You soak me like dodo way weak for her boy. I mean, you soak me like oil way weak dodo. Anyway, guys, thank you so much for being a part of this live stream today. I hope you women, in fact, not women alone, men, both men and women, I hope we have all learned from this guy's story. It's an unfortunate incident. It could have been prevented, and then it happened this way. Just like Jimmy said there, that even people who have the money, things could still go wrong. It just boils down to you having a 7th thought or even a 10th thought before you actually embark on something, okay? Think twice before you do things. Money at times might not always solve the case, but it's so unfortunate this has happened. But I hope we've all learned, or we've taken one or two things away from this story so far. The blames, the way I've apportioned it still remains the same. And like I said, moving forward, always have a plan. Don't go and use nurse abele. Don't go and use nurse under petesi. Go to a proper hospital. Gone are the days when people are going to our baby, going to all this midwife under petesi. Gone are the days when people are going to use people like that. Even if you live far away, maybe if you miss, like I think with CCMA, when CCMA was going to have her babies, her twin, she was, she elected for CS. I think she checked into an hotel or something prior to she going into hospital. I know, obviously, these people, they have money, but if it means that you are able to, if you're able to do that, it means that you're able to get into your hospital to have your baby safe and sound. You can imagine being in that situation. You don't even have a vehicle. It was your neighbor or a friend that was helping you to transport your wife. It's just, it just a bit. It kind of like rubs up for me really bad. It kind of like this. When I saw it, it impacted my sleep for a few days, and I was just like, oh my god! Like I cried the first time I watched that video. I cried, but I can't do anything from here other than come out here and talk about these things. And I hope we learn, and maybe hopefully at one point in this world, something will change. Some of the things we've discussed will change. Like maybe the government will ask women, government will open a place where women can easily come for free condoms, where women can come for free, be able to come into a sexual clinic and do all of the things that we are enjoying in diaspora. So with that being said, I'm going to end this live stream here. Thanks so much, guys. I really appreciate it all. Don't forget to follow my social media. And if you look at the bottom of this live stream, you can see all of my contact for business and collaboration. It's just under the bottom of the comment there. My email is there. If you want to support me via PayPal, my email for PayPal is there as well. You can also super chat me, join my membership as well. Shout out to Abby. Abby is one of my members. Life with Natu is also one of my members. And why join my membership? It's just a way of you supporting me and say, oh, Thatmumof5, this week I'll buy you 20 pound worth of Starbucks. And that will do my day. Thank you so much, guys. Have an amazing Saturday night. And yes, there's church tomorrow. Tomorrow is first Sunday of the month. And we shall be going to church in my household. And I shall see you at some point. So the other video that I was going to do, that I already did for this update, I think I'm going to do it as a pre-recorded live stream. Maybe I will do it in the afternoon after church. So it's not going to be live, but I'm going to do it as if it's a live so we can just watch. Anyway, thank you so much, guys. And I hope to see you all at some point. And please, ways that you can support me. If you don't want to super chat me, if you don't want to PayPal me, please watch my videos. Watch my videos, share them. Don't just watch alone. Share, drop a comment. It just helps. If the more you watch and share, it helps YouTube to push it forward to other people to also watch. That way, at least if you don't want to support me, I can make small money. Anyway, guys, thank you so much, and I shall see you all later at some point. All right, bye for now. Bye.